Some of you have walked into rooms your entire life and felt out of place, even when nothing was obviously wrong. You understand what's being said, but you don't talk about it the way everyone else does. You feel the mood in the room, but you don't react the way people expect you to. And over time, you stop trying to explain yourself because it's clear people don't quite know what to do with you. If you've ever had the thought, why do I always feel like I'm on the outside looking in? This video is about you and for you. Hi everyone, my name is Esther Bartkiw. For over 21 years, I've been helping people remember who they truly are beneath the layers, the stories, and the noise of this lifetime and beyond, so that the real you can emerge confident and free. If you appreciate personal and spiritual growth content, please give this video a like. Okay guys, this video isn't about the pain of being single. It's not about moving to a new city and feeling lonely. And it's not about whether or not you have social skills. It's about being surrounded by people, doing everything right, and still feeling like you are slightly outside the circle, present, but not really understood by anyone. It's the quieter, heavier realization that no matter where you go, family, school, work, church, sports, friends, people are polite to you. They include you on the surface, but they don't really know what to do with you. You notice that things go more smoothly when you hold back, when you keep it light, when you don't say the thing that you're really thinking. You're told that you are too much when you speak with passion, too sensitive when you name what everyone else feels, but they're avoiding. You're told you're too intense when you care deeply instead of brushing things off, too strange when your questions go past the surface, too spiritual when your faith doesn't fit into neat little phrases, and too creative when your ideas don't fit into simple boxes. And after a while, you stop asking, where do I belong? And start wondering, do I belong at all? If this is hitting something deep inside of you, as it does for me, stay close. Most of us learned early on in life that belonging has rules. You learn what parts of you are okay to show, and you learn what to keep quiet about. You walk into a room, scan it, read the room, and adjust yourself to it. And if you do that well enough, you're included. You belong. But here's the part most people never stop to question. For a lot of us, belonging comes at a cost. Because to stay included, you have to keep editing yourself. You have to soften your truth. You have to ignore what feels off. And if you're someone who can't do that without feeling anxious, drained, or sick inside, you're going to feel like you don't belong almost everywhere that you go. Not because there's something wrong with you, but because something in you refuses to lie to survive. And that's not dysfunction, that's integrity. I want to name this experience of always feeling like you're on the outside because naming it helps people breathe again. There are people who naturally fit inside of systems. They understand the rules, the tone, the unspoken expectations, and they're very comfortable in that space. And then there are people who live on what I call the edge. When I say edge, I don't mean extreme edge. I mean the outside edge of groups, conversations, circles, and systems. I call them edge walkers. And these are the people who are present, but not fully absorbed in what's going on. They notice what's being said and what's being avoided. They feel the emotional tone of a room, not just the words. They notice when kindness becomes performance. They struggle to laugh things off when something feels unkind or false. They can't easily just go along with it when their body is saying, oh no. And because of that, groups often feel unsure around them. Not because the edge walker is doing something wrong, but because their presence brings awareness into places built on comfort and habit. So instead of stretching to include the edge walker, the group often pulls back. And over time, the edge walker learns to interpret that pullback as, I don't belong. Not belonging hurts. It hurts to walk into rooms already on guard. It hurts to watch other people relax while you stay on alert. It hurts to keep asking yourself why the same feeling keeps showing up again and again. And for some of you, this didn't start later in life. You didn't feel like you truly belonged in your own family. And that creates a very specific kind of grief, because when there's no place that you feel fully at ease early on in life, as a child, the world can start to feel like a series of places that you visit, but you never land. If that's been your experience, nothing about your reaction is wrong. Your nervous system learned to stay awake and alert because it had to. This is something I've lived. I never felt like I belonged, not in my family, not growing up on a farm, not even when my life looked good from the outside. I remember looking at my sisters as a child and thinking something about this doesn't fit. I left the farm and tried out the big city, Montreal. I went to McGill University. I built a life. I had friends, community, and still that same feeling followed me. Every job, every social group, every church I went to. Oh, I learned a lot and I grew and I loved many aspects of my life, but I always felt like I was standing just outside the circle, watching connection happen instead of being part of that connection. And for a long time, I thought that I was missing something. In my mid-30s, something finally shifted for me, and I realized this. Belonging isn't something that you're given by other people or something that you earn. It's something that you choose. It's not about where you fit in. It's about whether you allow yourself to take up space just as you are. For most of my life, I was waiting for belonging to come from the outside, from other people, from communities, from their approval. And it never really worked out. What changed everything was understanding this truth. I already belong. I belong because I'm here, because I exist, because I'm a child of God, living on this earth on purpose. I'm not a mistake that needs fixing. Belonging isn't something I earn by being useful, agreeable, or easy to understand. It isn't a reward for being palatable. It's something I have to choose and claim for myself. And when I stopped asking other people to give me permission to belong, something inside of me relaxed. I could be with people without shrinking back or disappearing into the background. I could participate without bending myself out of shape. I could walk away from a situation without feeling like I was losing my footing in a group. My sense of belonging started coming from within and from God, from nature, and from a very small number of people who felt safe. And you know what? That was enough. Now, I'd like to be really clear and gentle at the same time. This video isn't about learning how to fit in. It's not about becoming more confident or socially polished. It's about learning how to live without constantly editing or denying yourself to be accepted. Because some of you don't belong because you won't abandon who you are. And that deserves respect, not fixing. Next time you hear yourself saying out loud or inside of yourself, I don't belong, try saying this to yourself. I belong, even if it's just me. I belong, even if it's just me and God. I belong, even if it's me and one safe person. And then eventually, simply, I belong. Belonging doesn't require agreement from everyone. It requires permission from yourself. You belong because you say so and you claim it. This is the type of inner work I do with people as a healing practitioner in private sessions. I help you to connect with the part of you that feels like it doesn't belong. And instead of shaming it, instead of getting rid of it or telling it to toughen up, I guide you to slow down and listen to this beautiful part of you. And together we get curious about it, help it understand what it's been protecting you from and why it learned to do that in the first place. And when that part feels understood inside of you, the world stops feeling quite so threatening. You don't shrink back. You don't perform. You stay present in your body and you be you. Now, here's another idea to consider. Belonging doesn't have to be in a group. Most edge walkers don't find a big tribe. They find one or two people who feel safe, right, respectful. And that's not a compromise. That's what your nervous system probably actually needs, a small group. Even if you don't fit where you are right now, there are others who feel the same way that you do. You might meet them through shared words, through art, through conversations just like this, like in the comments below. So ask God, ask universe, ask your higher self to help you to meet and recognize each other. If you feel like you don't belong anywhere, hear this. You are not failing at life. You are likely an edge walker, someone who values truth over comfort. That path can feel lonely at first, but it is deeply meaningful. If this video felt like it was speaking directly to you, comment, I belong below, and I will affirm it with you. In the description box, I have left information on my session work. Check it out. Click on the link if you feel called to have me guide you on your journey. And please watch the video popping up on your screen right now. YouTube and I picked it out just for you.